Are we good? I'd like to call to order the Properties, Environment, and Economic Development Committee. Roll call, please.
Mr. Beggs?
Here.
Mr. McCormick?
Here.
Mr. Hardy?
Here.
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Walker?
Here.
Looking for approval of the minutes of August 28, 2025.
I'll make that motion, Hardy.
Support.
Moved by Hardy, supported by McCormick. All in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carried. Would there be any changes to this morning's agenda? Would there be any changes to this morning's agenda? Hearing none, I will look for approval of the agenda as it is written.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
Motion by Beggs, support by Walker. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Would there be any public comment at this time?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to introduce Claire Marshall. Tracy wondered who that was, but
I've seen her here, I just didn't know who she was.
she's got half of last week's paper.
Okay.
Yep, so be careful what you say.
Should put it in print.
I know who that was directed at.
No one's allowed to gossip with me anymore, it stinks.
Claire's a local gal, and it was her parents that had the animal clinic. So she grew up here. Oh, Miss Melanie Kuhn, snowplow bids.
I have them here. We have
She
two.
has her weapon. I saw you gals brought weapons in.
We did. We did. Okay, so we will open the first bid from Beckman Brothers.
Suspenseful.
Ooh, like we don't already know what's gonna happen.
Oh, come on now.
So it looks like they bid on location group number 3 and location group number 4, so animal shelter and ambulance. And ooh, this is a fancy, that's just their insurance. Okay, so for the animal shelter, $38 per plow, and for the ambulance service, $49 per plow. Are we all set?
Mhm.
That is Beckman Brothers, yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
does that include the ambulance building on M20 also?
That was what I was.
This does
That
not.
would be a life.
Life takes care of that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their building, so I imagine that's
Oh,
the problem.
sorry, I didn't say what location, I apologize.
Okay.
For the ambulance service, it's the 562 South State Street in Shelby.
Mhm.
Only, yeah, in Shelby.
Mhm. Location 4.
Mm. We're ready? Okay. So our second bid is from Halleck Contracting. And they have location group 1. They have bid $152 per plow. Location 1 is the county building parking lot, the sheriff's department parking lot and driveway entrance to the sheriff's office, and the county services building in Griswold. Let's see here. There's no removal amount charged. Loader is $150 per hour. Truck is $140 per hour. And salting per instance, they've bid $86. Location group 2, District Health Department number 10, Emergency Ambulance Service 3966 North Oceana Drive, and Storage Building 3970 North Oceana Drive. They have bid $89 per plow. And listed the same costs for, loader and truck again. Loader's $150 per hour, truck is $140 per hour. And salting, for instance, for location group 2 is $55.
How much is it last one?
The $55.
Thank you.
And they made a note on here, loader 4 cubic yards, trucks 20 cubic yards.
That's it?
Do I need to say more? Those are the only things
So you
that I
have all that for your
Mhm.
motion, correct?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. No, we only had, but we covered every spot, so.
It appears it's not gonna be difficult to make a decision.
No, no.
Generally, we have a couple other contractors bid that out, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't Roscam usually throw a bid in there?
I thought he did.
Ross Camp at one time bid some of them.
Salt on, number 1.
86. 86 per.
Mhm. Thank you. Administrator Biard, transfer station excavation bids.
So we were looking for excavation bids for removal of some trees, some leveling of the entrance, road gravel, and I emailed those out to you yesterday because I was still waiting on a couple of those to come in.
Halleck.
I didn't get that one.
Okay. I know you were waiting for Halleck.
Yeah, I did, and I did call them to see if we were gonna get that, but I didn't get a response,
Yeah.
so, and that was for Halleck's, but, Ken Adams, for Michigan Diggers, 10,810 for that project. Beckman Brothers, the equipment and labor was 11,000, but then there's some options on there, so I don't know exactly what that total bid was, so.
Well, even if you use the lowest price on the slag, it's 9,000, so the minimum is gonna be 20. Looking at that.
Okay.
So, am I reading this right, Joel? We pick one of the 3 on top plus the $11,000.
That's the way, yep, exactly.
And then the third bid was 46,225 from American Classic Construction, so, it would be my recommendation to go with the lowest bid at $10,810, but of course that is at the discretion of the board.
I've seen Adams work on a lot of projects, you know, residential projects and commercial projects, and I've never known of anybody to have any difficulty with Adams doing their work at all. Joe?
I agree, and we've worked with them a number of times, no trouble. The only thing, he doesn't mention in his quote, doesn't mean he didn't include it, but he didn't mention removing the railroad tie retaining wall and the oil shed that we have there. Those structures need to be cleaned up and removed. It's not a lot of work, so even if he comes back and says he needs a few bucks for that, it's still gonna be a lot less than where Beckman is at.
It's half.
Yeah.
In a ballpark figure.
And it very well could be that he's just gonna say, yeah, he figured it and didn't write it down. I don't know, but it could be a little bit more than what he's quoted because of those couple items, I guess. We didn't give anybody a written spec or plan or anything. They did a walkthrough with Jake and Brian out there, so.
Well, and that's something that we can get into when you don't have formal written documents for people to bid on.
So when you do the approval today, do you wanna do a not to exceed amount?
I,
to allow for including those two items, or?
I think we accept the bid as it is, Joel, and there, just state there may be a contingent if there are any change orders.
That'd probably be a good way to put it. Which we could run into that with any contractor we hire. You know, we might come into, or might discover something we didn't think about or didn't realize was there.
Do we throw a dollar amount on that contingent, say a $5,000 contingent, if there's any change orders now, so that it can just move forward?
That would be reasonable.
Your not to
Yeah.
exceed number.
Not to exceed. That sounds, yeah.
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 Just do it,
That's
accept
a
the
good
bid
idea,
and
that we
not to
don't-
exceed
then we don't need to get
16,000.
approval for an extra.
Right. Yeah, doesn't put them on hold and that approval's there ready
Right.
to, for a shovel to hit the dirt.
And that amount should be,
I'd make it a even 16,000, I guess $5,200 variance for any rework or change orders. My opinion.
Sounds reasonable.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue, but when they're out there, we're gonna have to make sure they understand we're gonna have a 50-foot sliding gate out there, so we have a level area for that gate. You know, we talked about taking the trees out, so we had the roadway in and putting the roadway in, but we're gonna have to make sure that beyond that roadway, we have the level ground, you know, to put the gate in. Do we have prices for the gates?
I just have that one price, I haven't.
Was that from the person that, from Muskegon?
That was the initial one that I had reached out to, and it's the same company that, Paul recommended.
I think we've done our due diligence on that gate. You know, on doing that, I think we probably, it would be reasonable to approve that contract for the gate, you know. What do you think, Joel? We need to keep things moving along.
I don't have a problem with doing it that way.
We've reached out to enough people looking for prices on it. Yeah. So at break time, why don't you bring back a motion with the price on that gate? Is everybody in concurrence we need to do that to keep it moving?
I think it.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just gonna delay
Yeah.
stuff.
So when we have a break, Tracy, bring us back a motion for the gate, and we'll do that also.
Okay, I have it right here.
therefore, do we wanna finish the language then on that excavation bid that it shall not exceed 16,000 with the low bid? Very good. Department head report. Gotta flip a coin.
Go
ahead,
Go ahead. Sure, it was, it was an awful nice picture that I saw last night, from down at the Capitol building. Are you on the board of directors now for
I am.
the Sheriff's Association?
Yes. Yep.
Congratulations.
So I'm District 3 representative.
Okay.
So we did have a nice meeting down there and a nice legislative day where I got to go to several different legislators' offices and speak with them directly. So that was a few weeks ago, but it was a great day that we had down there with the board.
Well, if I might be so bold to say, District 3 will be represented very well with the Sheriff's Association.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, appreciate that. So, yeah, we've got 51 or 52 in jail. Things are going fine in jail. We've, our newest deputy is, on board and, going through the field training program right now. So right now, we're currently full staff and, really enjoying that because it's been a little while, but, so we're thankful for that. We haven't had any real big issues on the road. You know, we've got some seasonal issues like you would expect. A bunch of car deer accidents are coming on and that sort of thing. Our new boat is on its way. We're sending guys to go get the new boat that we've been working for so long. Are taking off Sunday to drive to Maryland. Learn how to see it function on Monday and bring it back Tuesday. So we're pretty excited about, and when it comes back, it's gonna be winterized and shrink wrapped, so we plan on just stowing it away and really bringing it out for some pictures and whatnot in the spring. We're excited about that.
It's been, what, 3 years?
It's been a while
Yeah.
coming, it has, it's been a good work, yes. Any questions for me? All right, we'll be here all day.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Would there be any public comment? Jana?
Why don't you,
I
why
already
don't you just
commented
mention
to
that
you
to the
all,
board?
Yes, sir.
Tracy just got a bid from
Oh.
Halleck on the transfer station.
Under the wire?
$56,937.76.
Over the wire. No
So-
bearing on our
so
decision.
I don't think we need to change anything on what we're doing with it.
Nope, no bearing. Hearing no public comment, we'll adjourn this meeting.
Great. Moving on.
Mr. Hardy, moving on.
I'd like to call to order the Finance Administration Committee. May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Beggs?
Here.
Mr. McCormick?
Here.
Mr. Hardy?
Here.
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Walker?
Here.
I'd ask for approval of the meeting minutes from September 11th, 2025.
So moved, Walker.
Moved by Walker,
I'll support.
support by Beggs. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Are there any changes to the agenda? Changes to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Support.
Moved by Erickson, supported by Beggs. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carried. Is there any public comment at this time for the Finance Administration Committee? Hearing none, we'll move on. Administrator Biard, consideration to approve the L 4029 setting for the 2025 tax millage rate.
The L 4029 is provided for you in your packet. That did come from the Equalization Director, and that includes a 6.7% increase over 2024 figures. Anybody have any questions?
Any questions or comments?
Does that mean that we're all gonna have the opportunity to pay a little bit more taxes next year?
Sure.
It kinda looks that way. I think there was a sheet that was handed out too, if you wanna peruse that, so. All right, Administrator Biard, Brownfield reappointments for Lynn Cavazos and, is that Ann Powell?
Polly.
Polly? And you said Larry Bile was removed.
Yes, Larry
Okay.
decided that he did not want to be reappointed. He's got a lot going on right now, so the Brownfield Committee will be reaching out to people to see about getting someone in addition to these two. These two are initially, along with the rest of the board members, appointed for 1 year, and then after that it's a 3-year term, so they're asking to be reappointed to the Brownfield.
Sounds like a good job, Ricky.
Nope. Taking over enough responsibilities, Mr. Bile. I don't want any more.
Any comments, questions? All right, moving on. Consider, Ms. Biard, consideration of adding the county council policy to the board rules and policy handbook.
So this was a request during your last board meeting when you adopted that policy, and I am just bringing that back to you.
I can comment on that. I just asked Tracy to add this. We talked about a little bit when we went over adopted the policy for soliciting corporate counsel, and I think it's a policy. The tricky thing with policy, it's only so good as your memory that it exists, and so I think if we add it to our board rules and also to our county policy book, that just keeps it in front of all of us, new hires included, new commissioners in perpetuity, just to just, the policy's in effect regardless, but putting it in the board rules and the policy book keeps it in front of everybody, at least as often as those items are reviewed, so.
I concur.
Otherwise, we rely on memory that a policy exists, and that doesn't work well for me, so.
Anyone else? Questions, comments? All right,
Thick is it now?
administrator's review.
Yeah, exactly.
Administrator's review for selected claims for payments and administrator report.
The claims are included for you. Did anybody have anything on those things? Any questions?
The claims that I have are from September 11th.
Cause she didn't change the date, probably.
I don't think so. I think this is from September.
Oh, yeah,
It has
it does say that.
it has the Paradise Builders on there. We paid that last month.
Okay,
And I did have a question on one of them.
alright,
But unfortunately, I don't have it in front of me right now.
alright, I will.
I didn't see that.
I apologize for that.
When we get that, if there's any questions about that, let's address them during the finance committee before we pay the bill.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
So we don't have to stop right now.
Yeah.
We will get those for you. Administrator's report, there wasn't a lot on there this time. I had just gotten back from vacation. However, I did have a lot of the budget preparation prepared before I left. There were a few things that I had to complete with that and compiling that information for the board. I want to say thank you very much for a smooth process with the budget. I felt that meeting went very well, and it worked out pretty good, so I just want to thank you for that.
Well, I'd like to thank you for prep work.
Yeah.
Because that really helped too with some of the notations of what the increases actually were related to. So,
Not a problem.
thank you.
Yep. So, I don't think I have anything else other than BS&A has been here for the last 2 weeks. Today's their last day. We'll still be working with payroll. I want to say thank you to the departments for being so patient with us and helping us to get through that, but it's been going pretty good, and we've actually had BS&A, available to go right to the departments and work with them on things if they need to work from their desk or so on, but
Great.
that is all I have.
Craig, may I bring up
Yes.
something? In the past, when the county board has set budget and done the workshop, and we usually set another day after the workshop if anybody has concerns. If anybody has concerns over what we're working at now, I would prefer that be handled. I don't want to come back to any more meetings than we have to, but I would prefer that be handled at our alternative date to discuss it, and not during the regular board meeting. I've seen it when it's been discussed at the regular board meetings, and sometimes that can get difficult because you cannot have a candid conversation on what's going on either side. And if we have somebody that wants to appeal something to the board, I believe that there's a reason to have that return date.
Good.
And that's what we should do. Does anybody else have any thoughts on that or opinions, or, instead of just doing it at a regular board meeting?
Personally, I think that's probably a good idea.
You're just saying if a department wants to have a discussion about something.
First thing they need to do is talk to the administrator.
Yeah.
And the administrator can explain what's going on. And if that's not acceptable, if they wanna,
Yeah.
instead of, let's go through the process. And we have a-
You're not talking about, we've got a few loose ends that we talked about Tuesday that we talked
I'm
about.
not, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
those things
okay.
that we've gotta work on.
Yeah.
You know, we're waiting for the work from the attorney, and we're waiting for some
Yeah.
other things that we can't
Okay.
move forward with.
Good.
But if somebody, you know, is totally upset about something, if it's a small thing, the administrator can probably handle it.
Well, we already have a pre-date for October 7th at 9, so if something does come up, if you just send us a...
Yeah, so what I'm gonna, with the additional items list, I'm gonna go through that and mark what the board decided during that meeting. And if there were any questions or clarifications or anything on any of those items, I will type that there, and I will make sure that you get a copy of that list. So, what Bob's saying is to talk about it during a finance meeting, because it's minimal.
Mhm.
There wasn't a whole lot
Yeah.
left on there to discuss, so I can get that to you once I have that ready.
Tracy and I will discuss it, and, you know, and we'll see if nobody has any objections, we'll see how much it is and
Okay.
see how it goes. But generally, I think when we have an established policy, we should, you know, tell the people that there is a policy on how we handle this.
Sure.
I have met with the elected officials at the request of the board about the chief deputies, so that I talked to them about that. So
Good.
working through the list, and we'll get that information to you.
Great. Any other questions, comments? All right, department head reports. I guess we've already heard.
I uploaded my first account payable this morning. In
Yay,
the cloud.
alright.
Piece of cake.
Nice.
Great.
Awesome.
Well, there is a reference, if somebody can't get it in, you can refer them to the undersheriff, and the undersheriff can help those departments get it put in.
I even put
Oh.
the attachment in.
All right.
Well, the process is, so, previously, when doing invoices, a person stamps the invoice, they write the stuff out on it, and then it goes into a G drive. Now they're inputting that information right into the BSNA system.
Great.
And uploading the invoice rather than writing it all out and that kind of stuff. So there are some other steps as it relates to some invoices, but we're working through those.
Some
and it's
tweaks.
going well.
It was kind of interesting, at the West Michigan Community Mental Health Board, second meeting we had, because we didn't have a quorum for the first one, so they had to call another one this week. They were talking about the budgeted items, and did the preliminary budget too. And I noticed in the budget that they use Barracuda for one of their software filters.
Oh.
And I told them that Barracuda really didn't work real well for us, and I don't think we're really using it a lot anymore. And boy, they got really, really defensive. And I figured out later what's going on. None of the board members, only the management staff at Community Mental Health are the people that get things coming from the outside that have to be filtered. The board members don't get anything from the outside. We only get things that come directly from the Community Mental Health employees and are referred to us, and so we don't get a lot of them. And if somebody uses Barracuda every day, all day long, maybe it's easy, maybe it's not so difficult for them to do it. Whereas I'm sure that other members of the board didn't have as much trouble with it as I did, but Barracuda was not very easy for me to navigate around. But they swore by it.
Wow.
Good, they can have it.
All right. Is there any public comment this time for Finance Administration? Hearing none, we will adjourn the Finance Administration Committee and take an hour